actively wants to push, for starting from like 10 minutes or so. I'm not really sure what to expect out of these teams. I think CDEC is going to draft a lot more damage than they did in game two, or I would hope they do anyway. Because last game they just didn't have any damage, and like you can't kill heroes if you don't have damage. Uh, I'm not really sure what else to say. So Secret actually banned Brood. That's interesting. I know CDEC plays a good Brood. Like they played it against EG at TF4 or TF5 rather, and it worked out quite well. I believe it was they ran Broodmother mid against Sumail's Wind Ranger, and if I recall correctly, they won that game. I'm not totally sure, but I do know the Brood part of that draft worked out. So it's a respect ban for XC's Brood. Pretty cool. That's after CDEC has been banning Brood all series too against Misery. It's quite interesting. Interesting little dynamic going on here between the two teams. I actually think this is a great Nyx game for CDEC, but they already have Void. That's I think this is my issue with opening with Faceless Void, is that this patch is all about offlaners and like what your offlaner can bring to the table. And if you open with Faceless Void, then this is your offlane hero. That's like pretty much it. I mean, you can send him mid and he has some good matchups, but like really, this is going to be your offlane hero in most cases, like 90% of cases. So I'm not sure how I feel about opening with your offlaner like this. I'll have to see it as the tournament progresses. But right now, my gut feeling is that the way to draft in this meta game and this patch, whatever you want to call it, is to save your offlaner pick until like the second phase or third phase. But anyway, CDEC open up with Clinks, or they third pick Clinks. I'm not really sure what to think of this. I mean, Envy just played a fantastic Clinks game. Like he had a pretty rough start, but he came back and really impacted the game, like positively. I'm not sure what warranted this. I mean, I guess at like 12, 13 minutes or so, he can start roaming for Enigma and trying to get a kill on him. But I don't see much merit other than that. He's also good against Invoker, sort of. Not super good, though. I'm not sure. Interesting to see for sure. Okay, Lion pick from Secret. They have super greedy supports. Both of these supports need like a pretty reasonable amount of farm. I guess Lion less so, but it's still he still needs a blink like fairly early, like at least pre 20 minutes, preferably like pre 15 minutes in a competitive game. But bright sides of Lion is that he doesn't need a blink to just hex Void whenever he goes in. This is a really good hero against Void. Not only because he has instant CC to counter the chrono initiation, he also just has a lot of CC in general to lock him down during time walk. He also has very high burst, so as long as he CCs him after he fingers, or he gets CC'd, or the finger kills him, then the time walk is ineffective against it. This is a huge chunk of damage. It's 450 after magic resist. Basically, you can think of finger as like 450 pure damage. It's a good way to think of it for most heroes. At least ones that have 25% base magic resist. Also, Mana Drain is quite good against Void, but yeah. So this Night Stalker hero is something that I actually really like. The big issue with Enigma is that you need like 6 to 7 minutes of free farm, and Night Stalker, he gets going like right as the game starts pretty much. Obviously, he gets much better on the first night at 4 minutes, but this is a really good pick from CDEC in my opinion. I would like to see them pair this with another hero though. Like have Lina go mid and pair this with another aggressive support. And just leave the lanes, leave the other cores to be solo. And they can really mess with Enigma this way. And also, Lion is not a good defensive support for Enigma. So he's going to have issues like dealing with a Night Stalker as well. Especially if he has a buddy. Okay, Secret reply with Tide. Again, they're just going for a like really strong team fight. It's a little greedy against these heroes in my opinion. But we'll see how it goes. I expect Secret to ban some early game support hero. I'm not sure about CDEC, but we'll see, I guess. I do really like this Night Stalker pick, though. I think this is really great. If they pair this with a good support, I think the game is just like 10 times harder for Enigma and Secret in general. I want to see how it goes for sure. Okay, Ursa banned from CDEC. So Ursa is like a sort of weak laner, but he's pretty good against melee heroes. He can counter aggression if he has some sort of CC to back him up. Like it can be hard to lane aggressively against Ursa as melee heroes if he has some CC to get damage in. It's pretty interesting though. I don't see him as being like a particularly good hero at defending the jungle against like whatever they're going to pull here, but we'll see. This last pick from CDEC is super important. Like last picks in games are normally very important, but I think it's more so in this game. Maybe that's just because I can finally read what their drafts actually does in one game, but who knows? Maybe not. Okay.
10 seconds remaining.
I would like for Secret to go for some like non-greedy carry as well.
5 seconds remaining.
Don't really have too many examples. Maybe like Wraith King. I think Wraith King would be pretty good this game.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay, Disruptor from CDEC. It's not bad. Okay, so Secret went for the greed. They went for Spectre. I actually think Clinks is really good against Spectre, personally. He can melt her pretty hard. Or pretty easily with Deso. I am not sure how I feel about the Disruptor pick. It's good against Enigma because you can interrupt Black Hole in multiple ways. And it's good against Lion because you can catch him out pretty easily. It's good against most of these heroes, actually. Like, to be completely honest, except for Spectre. I'm just worried that they're not going to be able to pressure Enigma enough. I don't have enough experience with Enigma against Night Stalker. I'm not sure if Night Stalker can solo pressure him, but we'll see, I suppose.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay. It's Misery TPs to get a ward down. I wouldn't call it standard, but it's a standard play. See where he places it. Okay, pretty standard spot. This gives vision of up here, and it also gives some, vision for mid if the supports decide to rotate. Also saw Pilot ITP bottom and block this ward basically. He placed a ward like to block this camp as well as provide vision. So I think this is like an anti-Night Stalker ward really. Like he wants to see Night Stalker going to the jungle to harass Enigma. And also great play by Pi, he blocked the smoke. He knows that CDEC really wants to mess with Enigma's jungle and block camps. So like he was standing here in order to try to pop the smoke, and he did end up doing it. So he already knows this is going to happen, but it's good to like get the for sure information. I would like to see CDEC block one more camp. Like there's actually a good ward spot. You can place a sentry like right here. It's pretty hard to deward. Okay, yeah, they blocked the hard camp. Great. So I hope Secret has sentries. Okay, yeah, they do. Excellent. Yeah, they're gonna get this. Okay, this is actually really big that they get it this early. It sucks that this is blocked, small camp, but Pi's gonna be able to deward, most likely. He also gets a nice block off mid. Good stuff. Okay, CDEC warded aggressively. I'm not too sure what the function of this is. It helps them see line rotations from bottom to mid, but I'm not totally sold on the value. If it blocks this camp, which it looks like it might barely, it's like just on the line. We'll see. If it blocks this camp, then it's super legit. Okay, yeah, it blocks. Alright, that's amazing. Really good ward. It sees line rotations in addition to blocking this camp. Okay. So let's talk about matchups. Tide is going to have a rough lane. He can farm the jungle luckily, but Clinks is just a nightmare for any hero in the offlane. The hero just does so much damage, especially when paired with like a catching hero like Disruptor. It's just going to be rough. You'll see him go to the jungle pretty soon probably, or just feed. Who knows? I'm not sure about Lina Invoker. I'd imagine it's Lina favored early on, and maybe Invoker favored later with like kill potential for Lina. but we'll see how it goes. Void is gonna have a field day bottom. Like, Secret doesn't have the damage to deal with him. He's gonna, like, get whatever he wants out of this lane. You see, he already almost has a PMS, and he's competing with Envy for CS. This is, I don't know, pretty standard. Like, Void is just such an annoying hero to lane against. He has so much damage. He has amazing HP, he's amazing survivability, mobility. He's got it all, really, except for kill potential. Unless he gets, like, really lucky bashes. Okay.
Sustains, gold remains.
Yep, so Misery retreated to the jungle already. Like I said, he's actually gonna die here. That is disastrous. Good play by Garter. If he really wanted to make this like an even better play, though, he could also ward that camp, and that would be a total disaster for Misery. But it's not bad. But Garter knew that Misery had to go to the jungle at this point because like he just wasn't showing in lane. He had no other options. He has to be in the jungle. Pretty likely that he's going to be at the offlane camp. Okay, how's Puppy doing? He's farming alright. It's going to be level 4 soon. Yeah, this is pretty good. Level 4 at 3 minutes is like a pretty good benchmark. Okay. Yeah, it kind of sucks for Misery because like he needs to jungle, but he doesn't really have anything open. He only has his camp, and this is kind of enough. Like he'll be able to farm the jungle eventually when Puppy leaves, but Puppy is already confined to like these few camps, like these two, because this camp is blocked. So Misery can't just come and take these camps. Like Puppy really needs these. Like, he needs to get his mech as quickly as possible. Okay. Okay, good play by Misery. He denied the pull through, so now this wave is going to push. Unless Q decides to pull this wave into the next oncoming creep wave. So Misery just secured himself some experience, so long as Q doesn't pull this, which I would imagine he's going to. That's the play for sure. I would expect that from a second place TI team. Okay, Misery gets a nice stack for himself. Good. He needs some extra experience. Pretty dull early game so far. Teams are perfectly happy just getting their levels in farm. They know that they shouldn't force anything. It's good. There's a haste on Lina, but I don't think it will amount to anything. If anything, Nightstalker could roam mid and go for a kill on an Invoker. And it looks like Secret is actually preparing for this with this ward. Okay, so Secret have vision of this. They know that Nightstalker is in the jungle. Really high value ward. I can't die here, yeah. No way he does. Okay, it's a really tough lane for Misery. He's getting good levels though, all things considered. Okay, that was a really quick reaction time by Weeha. Also, kind of silly of Garter to gank without detection. I would like to see him buy some, like, as soon as possible. I do think if they land the stun and get a silence off, he dies, but they're a bit slow. He's definitely guaranteed dead if they have detection, though, so would have been nice to see him have it, but it's okay. Still some pressure.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, aggressive, getting some nice damage on top tower.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Do believe he's going to take this if Secret does not respond, but they do have Black Hole, so he can't just, like, take it in front of their faces. I'm a bit worried, though. Ideally, he doesn't get it into deny range, and then he doesn't have to worry about that. Pi is in trouble here. He doesn't have vision here anymore. And CDEC did just barely see him, so yeah, Pi's dead. Okay. Alright. Good. Good play by Shiki. Just casting his spells right away, knowing that he can't get CC'd. Well, he could, but it's better to just kill him right away. I would like for Secret to go for a play on Clinks here with Haunt and Black Hole. They might not force it, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so Puppy is actually like pretty behind for his usual pace. He's been committing a lot of pressure, or committing a lot of jungle time to just sitting mid. Also, this camp being blocked hurt him quite a bit at the start. Luckily, he got the Steel ward off, or Pi got the Steel ward off. It would have been a total disaster for him. Okay, Envy with a ward sees the Night Stalker come in. Oh, he can get scouted. Okay, yeah, he got lucky. So, Q guessed incorrectly with the kinetic fields. If he had gotten that off, like, and gotten a glimpse on Envy, that would have been horrible for him. Spectral Dagger was running out. He had the option to haunt out, but you never want to do that if possible. Okay, Night Stalker TPing top. They're going for a play on Misery. They can't kill this hero. This could actually be really not ideal. Yeah, they just haunt in. That guy's dead. They're both dead, actually. Yeah, okay. Really great play by Pi. This was possible because Pilot I was here. Like, this doesn't... They don't have the damage to just kill these heroes. Oh, they can kill one hero, but, they don't have the damage for the follow-up kill if Pi isn't there. It's a really great play by Secret. That was instant. It might have been Misery baiting this, actually. If this was planned, then Misery is... Like, that was a fantastic play by him. He did know for sure that Clinks was, like, gonna go on him. Yeah, great play by Secret. They're really making use of their global presence. With Sunstrike and Haunts. Okay, so Clinks immediately TP's bottom to pressure the Spectre. I think this is fine. Okay, yeah, he's just dead. Alright, good play. I didn't think they had that damage, but he death packed a creep. And it worked out really nicely. Alright. Doesn't quite have the mana for a stun. It's unfortunate. CDEC are actually going to dive this. Yeah, this is not good. Okay, Weeha's holding the Meteor. He's actually in a really good spot here. Like, he's just in the nook of this tree. Okay, yeah, he's dead. It's like a good spot until Garter commits to the full check. If he only checks halfway, then he won't die. But yeah, good stuff from CDEC. That was a good rotation. They also know that Secret is unable to fight during that whole time, just because they don't have any ults. They have Black Hole, but an Enigma walking up to you and Black Holing you is much scarier, or much less scary than a Tide with Ravage. Okay. Still a pretty quiet game, all things considered. 7 kills at 11 minutes. Check out the graphs. I don't do that often. Yeah, CDEC has a pretty convincing lead. This is from farm and their tower advantage. Secret hasn't really been able to push towers. I'd say that's a weakness of their lineup. Their only tower killing hero is Invoker. Okay, Clinks is dead. This is a not good trade for CDEC. I guess it's space, but ultimately, like, Tide getting a kill on Clinks is pretty disastrous. Q's gonna take this time though, and the space to get a ward down. The deep jungle. He actually can solo Enigma if he gets a good static storm. Luckily he won't have to though, he can just rely on Shiki. Oh. Okay, nice. He's gonna get the glimpse on Weeha. If Weeha doesn't kill him here, he's dead. Okay, yep. Weeha's dead. Yeah, Weeha didn't have an invoke off cooldown, so he had no way to defend against that. Fingers committed for Garter. You guys see Eidolons, good stuff. That sucks. It sucks that Misery didn't get the regen there. He might have been like trying to wait to get it in between right clicks, but it actually ends up like being pretty costly. So Shiki just committed all of his spells for these kills, and now he's just, you know, full because of the regen. So he doesn't have to like go back to base or anything like that. Also, a pretty interesting item choice going for Aether Lens. I actually quite like it. It's particularly good with Void, because you have to be really mindful of your positioning. You don't want to get chronoed or, you know, walk into chrono or anything, but you also want to be able to cast your spells on the chrono targets. So the extra range from Aether Lens really helps. Not to mention the bonus damage and everything. It's quite good as well. Okay, expect Secret to fight when Ravish is up again. They'll have Haunt as well. Okay, so CDEC are taking this time to go for Roche. Secret doesn't really have any options here. They can't just run in. They'll just die. Like, they'll get chronoed and lose. So they basically have to go for this tower. They have to go here or go top. And they have to make a decision, like, pretty quickly if they want to do anything. But CDEC is all off the map, so they're really scared to like commit to something. They could just very easily get chronoed out of fog. Like, they don't have vision of the Roche pit, so they can't see. And this is a very horrible situation for Secret to be in, actually. Like, they're afraid to push top, in addition to... that's rough. Alright. So they do go for a smoke, and they can still win a fight, because they are Tide Hunter on Enigma, and Spectre, and Invoker. They have amazing team fights still, but it's going to rely on them getting good ultimates off. And it's pretty scary against Disruptor and Void. But luckily they're not even going to have to fight, unless CDEC decide to TP top here. They're just smoking in opposite directions. I'd say Secret gets a better trade of this specific like microplay, like the smoking on either team, because now they're going to be able to push this tower, whereas CDEC has to either go top or wait and push out a tier 2. So Secret can take this tower and be back in time to defend. So that was a good play by Secret. It's going to work out for them quite well. And they can still defend this. It's just, they have to be careful. They definitely have to initiate, like, perfectly. And they don't have a blink, so... Unless it's coming out right here, no. Okay, drums are coming out for Misery, but not the best. Okay. There's the Haunt. Going on Shiki. CDEC is really split up here. Okay, good silence on Tide. He can still get his spells off though. Okay, Night Stalker is gonna go down in a second. Good stuff. Chrono on 3. This is bad for CDEC. They have no mana for Black Hole, but it's still really bad. Okay, so really good initiation by Envy. Yeah, aggressive just dead. Okay, they still have Laguna. He might have been able to, or Shiki might have been able to burst Weeha here, but it would have been risky. It probably would have cost him his life, so it's not worth it. But yeah, so it was a little bit improper pathing by CDEC. They really split up too hard against the Spectre. She can just very easily slow down the weak ones, or slow down the better targets, and the rest of the team can follow up. I would have liked to see them back off together. That way it's, you know, much more difficult for Spectre to just go on them. But either way, good on Secret for recognizing that they're stronger, even when CDEC has an Aegis. They won that fight pretty convincingly, even without Black Hole. So good on them. I'm not sure who outscales who. I would imagine it is Secret because of the amount of control they have, but they are lacking on damage a little bit. Whereas CDEC has plenty of damage, and Lina and Clinks. Like throughout all stages of the game, really. Clinks can always kill Spectre, so long as they're like even in items. I don't know, this is certainly shaping up to be a pretty good game. Okay, Weeha's going for a drum. I would like to see... I think Yules is totally fine this game, against the silences, and against Lina as well. Force is also pretty good, but I think Yules is better because it has offensive potential. Okay, they're going to catch up Garter here. He has no counterplay. Pretty unfortunate, but it's okay. Like, if a hero is going to die on CDEC to a smoke gank, then it's better to be Disruptor or Night Stalker. So that's totally fine. The downside is Secret can just like walk up mid, and CDEC can't really do anything about this. This is the strength of Enigma and Tidehunter. Like, it's just, how do you jump into this team and like, you know, pick somebody off when there's so much counter engage and so much AoE CC? Like, it's super hard. And this whole time Spectre is just pushing top tower, or pushing top lane rather. Like, he's creating pressure slowly but surely here. Not only in the form of map pressure, like pushing out lanes, but also economic pressure.
Well-gotten gains.
Okay, CDEC making a 5-man rotation bottom lane. I'd imagine they want the Spectre kill, but they could also just put some pressure on the tower. That's completely fine as well. Aggressive is going behind tower here, so he's really committed to this kill, but good game sense by Envy. Seeing that everyone's off the map, he just knows, alright, I need to get out of here. Really good game sense by Envy. This pathing was very important. He could have very easily tried to go here and farm, or, you know, run this way to go farm his cape or something, but good discipline by him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, Secret are going to defend this actually.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
This is a little scary, but it's doable. They do have to initiate with Haunt, I believe. Oh, that is a sick chrono. Alright. Okay. So a few things went really well for CDEC there. Mainly the glimpse into Static Storm from Q. Tide just died without getting his spells off. Kraken Shell is completely useless against Static Storm, because you just keep getting silenced. It doesn't get purged off. And again, a sick chrono by XZ. This guy's just been hitting sick chronos all series. Really good job on him. Okay, he goes in. I think this is... okay, that was a really good glimpse. That was super crucial, actually. He was about to ravage like 3 heroes there, but... okay, he can still get a ravage here. Oh, he's silenced. Void has no mana. Okay, he catches 2 with ravage, that's good. They do still have haunts. Okay. And he gets a kill, good. Okay, so... they don't get the racks, so this is actually like pretty good for Secret. As long as they don't lose the racks, they're fine. This ward is going to be an issue, but it's okay. They only committed the Ravage, so they still have Black Hole. They can still look to go for a bottom tower. I think that's their play in this case. I'd like to see them do something of that nature. They need to get towers whenever they can. It's just, their heroes are not good at pushing, so they need to take the opportunities when they're there, because they can't just create them with a good pushing hero. Curious to see what items Misery goes for. I think he might even benefit from going something like a Lotus Orb, or a Yules maybe. Or even like a BKB, I want to say. He needs something to stop the silence. Or the silences, rather. It's becoming a really big issue for him.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
I mean, I'm not personally an advocate for BKB Tide, but he needs something. Like the Static Storm is going to be a big issue. They can't just lose fights because he's silenced and can't get his spells off. So Envy's going for the bad man Yasha build. I think it's pretty good. He can run down Spectre, or he can run down Clinks, he can run down Lina. He can purge off silences from Garter. And he can also Manta dodge Glimpse. It's not bad. Pretty good, probably. Okay. Okay, so Weehaw did end up going for Yule's very standard build. I like the choice of going bots too. They needed some extra pushing power, some map pressure in addition to Spectre. Clinks can die. Oh, that was so close. Alright. He actually could have very easily just gotten a combo there. But I guess Weehaw doesn't really know what's, sitting behind him in Fog, so understandable to not go for that. That was like probably his only opportunity to get that kill though. Clinks is finishing up his BKB, so he won't be able to just Invoker combo him with Yule's. XE popping a... Ooh, that was a sick play actually. Alright, so he sat in Roche Pit to like see if Secret was smoking. And like yeah, he ended up popping it. It's pretty, they're gonna... I think Secret are gonna get it anyway, but CDEC at least have this information now. They can defend. Yeah, they can. Okay. Secret have to be pretty scared of the Chrono Initiation now that XE has Blink. Okay, so CDEC are actually just going to go for this. They want to be careful not to commit Strafe. They really need that for the fight. Okay. Oh. Garbage used. BKB used. Black Hole is still available. Lion got blown up by Laguna. Puppy gets solo Chrono, that's not good. Alright, sick Black Hole. Okay, so good initiation by Secret. Mainly Misery. Kind of a missed blink, but it ended up working out really well.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Yeah, I don't think... I mean, it's easy to say that Secret or CDEC shouldn't have gone for that after the fact, but I don't know. I just don't know what their reasoning was for going for it. I think they could have very easily just backed off and messed with them, pushed out mid, something like that. I guess it's tough because Secret can always default to just like splitting Spectre or Invoker off and botsing in or using Haunt to go in. It's a tough situation for CDEC for sure. But this could very well be the turning point of this game. Now a previously very easily killable hero on Invoker. He has an Aegis now. Pretty hard to kill somebody with 2 lives, unless they're like really out of position. It's super hard to kill somebody with 2 lives when your way to kill them is with a Chrono. And Clinks, both 2 very cooldown reliant heroes. Clinks being reliant on Strafe, Void being reliant on Chrono. Okay. So Lion is actually impacting the game quite a bit with his CC without having a Blink Dagger. So that's mainly due to his positioning. Good play by Powai Dai. Here is a big item. Very big item on Night Stalker. The next night, expect CDEC to buy a gem and sweep the map. And it will become very hard for Envy to split push on Spectre. To say the least. Playing against this Night Stalker hero is very difficult as a carry when he dewards. And it's especially difficult when there are other threats on the map. Like, if you're playing against a Clinks and a Lina with a black map, you're just going to have a bad time trying to farm. It's super hard to play against these heroes. Okay, Secret going for another smoke. Okay, they're splitting Envy off. This makes sense. He has Haunt up. No reason for him to be with the group when he can just be farming. Okay, Courier is on a feeding mission. Secret might catch Clinks here. Oh, this would be so good. 28 sentries. Alright, they do catch him. Gets his BKB off, though. Okay. Oh my god, it's so close. That was a really good Sunstrike, but they didn't commit enough damage in right clicks. Okay, so that's Haunt used. They still have Black Hole and Ravage, though. I would say overall CDEC are the victors of that, just because Haunt is down. But it's up to them to make use of this opportunity now. Like, Haunt is a pretty big part of Secret's teamfight ability. Or team-fighting ability, rather. So ideally, they try to go for a pick, preferably on Spectre. Spectre or Invoker are both fine. They still need to, like, heed the strength of Tide and Enigma teamfight, though.
This sustains, gold remains.
Okay, 4 staff complete on Disruptor. It will help against Tide Ravage. He's going to be able to dodge it. He'll also be able to save teammates that are hexed. That's about it. It's also good against Spectre, to an extent. Helps him kite him a bit. Okay, Weeha is in slight danger here. CDEC doesn't look to have any detection, though, actually. Okay, that's horrible. These guys really need detection. Okay, they do have Dust on Garter, but it's used. And it's a bit too little too late. Okay, Weeha's getting sick information here. Yeah, Secret are dominating this fight. Okay, Lina dies before getting any spells off. Static Storm on 2, but doesn't matter. Black Hole on Aggressive. He might not die here, actually. Yeah, okay, great Chrono by XC. Okay. Aggressive is kind of testing the waters here, seeing if he can get a kill in Chrono, but he has to run. Haunt comes out. Shiki buys back. I guess he did have to, okay. I would have liked to see him save that buyback until, like, his teammates could initiate a fight, but he did have to buy back and start clearing the wave. So that's fine, I guess. Okay, Secret going for the high ground push. That was a great fight by them. Really good scouting by Weeha. He's the one who led up to that. Also unfortunate that CDEC didn't have more detection in the form of sentries or something else. They only had that one dust. That turned out to be really disastrous for them. They should get this tower. They should get this Rex. They need to get this Rex. Okay, good. Okay, great claim by Secret. Nice play. Okay, they should back off here. There's no reason for them to fight without cooldowns. I can see Tide is building either a Shiva's or a Lotus Orb. I would say Shiva's is higher value. They have a lot of physical damage on their team. Lotus Orb is pretty good against Laguna, and, like, I guess Night Stalker spells as well, but I think I'd prefer Shiva's. I still think he could use a BKB or something similar to stop getting silenced, but I guess he could just position perfectly too. Just a bit scary to go for that kind of thing. But CDEC do their smoke. It's good. It looks like Secret smells it though. They're all sitting in base. I don't want to say this is a last ditch effort from CDEC because they can so very easily push and end the game, but it's getting a bit desperate. You can see it in their movements. With their composition though, they're never out of the game. They just have insanely high amounts of damage, so they can always just pick off key heroes and come back and push towers really quickly. So that's one really good thing for them. Okay, so Spectre picks up a Diffusal. Just gonna do a lot of damage. Very scary for a Disruptor at this point in the game. Same with Lina, actually. Okay, Lion picked up a Ghost Scepter, and Clinks is responding with a Diffusal of his own. A lot of people are hesitant to pick up Diffusal on carries, just because they don't see it as being a high damage item. But when you consider the fact that good players will buy Ghost Scepter against like right-clicking heroes like Clinks, It's better to do, you know, a little damage than no damage. And Diffusal also gives, like, you know, it gives pretty good damage considering. It's like, gives what, 25, 30 agility, something like that, in addition to the mana burn. It's actually not that bad for the cost, in addition to giving you attack speed and everything else. Okay. We are giving XC a scare. I respect that.
Regeneration.
Okay. Secret are smoked up. They're looking for, like, the game-ending fight here. If they can pick these two heroes off, it'll be huge. Okay. Even just Garter is pretty big. Okay. Those 2 kills are really huge. Like, he was a huge part of their team fight on the Disruptor. Like, Static Storm is so necessary to prevent people from getting their spells off. If Secret get all of their spells off and they connect, it's almost impossible for CDEC to win a fight. You know, they need nothing short of like a 5-man chrono or 4-man chrono on 4 key heroes. Okay, Weeha's catching out aggressive. This is really big actually. Good stun strike on the BKB. Does a lot of damage. Okay, Chrono whiffs the Spectre. That's pretty bad. That's not good. Alright, they're yeah. Secret one. Lena's gonna fall, and Secret will end up pushed to end the game. Good play by Weeha, going for this aggressive catch on aggressive. That led to this this disaster. Pretty impressive game by Secret. I think CDEC played pretty well too. There was just that one decision at Roche fight, or at the Roche fight, that really decided this game in my opinion. Well, maybe it didn't decide it, but it certainly swung things in Secret's favor. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. This was Game 3 of Secret versus CDEC at the Shanghai Major. This is me also trying to, you know, get better at commentating, give some analysis, pretend I know what I'm talking about, all that good stuff. If you have any constructive criticism, please leave it in the comments. Really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for your time. Peace.